Warning: there are everyday habits silently stealing your freedom and health after age 60. Habits you might not even realize you have. Are you unknowingly giving up your independence day by day? I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture yourself 5 years from now. More energized, mentally sharper, walking with confidence, and waking up each morning feeling strong and steady. Now imagine the opposite. Slower steps, a mind that's not quite as sharp, frequent checkups, medications, and days where you don't feel like yourself anymore. Which version of that future feels more real to you today? The truth is, the path your health takes after 60 doesn't come down to luck or genetics nearly as much as we've been told. It comes down to your daily habits, the small things you do or don't do every single day. And here's something powerful. Some of these tiny changes can help you dramatically reduce your risk of cancer. I know cancer is a scary word. No one wants to think about it, much less talk about it, but pretending it's not there won't protect you. What will protect you are 5 simple habits. Things you can do in the comfort of your home or during your regular daily routine without needing fancy equipment, complicated diets, or expensive supplements. These are science-backed, senior-friendly, and most importantly, they're doable. Even if you've never thought of yourself as the healthy type, you can start these today. Let's start with something that goes straight to your plate. One of the most protective things you can do for your body, and it's so simple, is eat at least 1 serving of dark green vegetables every single day. Think of kale, spinach, collard greens, or good old broccoli. Now, I know what you might be thinking, broccoli again, but stay with me. These greens aren't just healthy food. They're cancer fighters. They're packed with compounds that support your liver in detoxifying harmful substances, toxins we're exposed to just by breathing city air, using household cleaners, or even heating up food in plastic containers. Cruciferous vegetables especially contain something called sulforaphane. That little compound has been shown in studies to slow the growth of cancer cells, particularly in breast, prostate, and colon cancers. You don't need to eat a mountain of greens. Just 1 cup a day, gently steamed, lightly sautéed in olive oil, or even tossed into a smoothie can make a real difference over time. And if chewing big leafy salads is a struggle, you're not alone. That's why cooking your greens just a little can make them easier to digest and enjoy. A warm bowl of sautéed kale with garlic and lemon, that's not just healthy, that's delicious comfort food. Now let's talk about something warm and comforting that you can sip every morning. And no, it's not coffee. It's either a gentle cup of green tea or a soothing mug of golden turmeric milk. Green tea is like a quiet bodyguard for your cells. It contains EGCG, a powerful antioxidant that helps prevent cell damage. And some researchers believe it plays a role in slowing or stopping the growth of tumors before they even form. If you're used to coffee, switching might feel strange at first. But green tea doesn't give you the jittery spike and crash of caffeine. It's more like a gentle lift that lasts longer and feels calmer. If green tea isn't your cup of, tea, there's another option, turmeric. You've probably heard of it, that bright yellow spice used in Indian cooking. When you mix a teaspoon of turmeric with a little black pepper and warm milk, whether it's dairy or plant-based, you get what's often called golden milk. It's not only comforting that, especially on chilly mornings, but turmeric also contains curcumin, which has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties linked to lower cancer risks. The black pepper is important too. It helps your body absorb curcumin better. You could start a new morning ritual. Wake up, stretch, and warm your hands around a cup of golden milk or green tea. It's a moment of calm that also doubles as a shield for your long-term health. But as powerful as nutrition is, what you do with your body, how you move it, is just as essential. Movement isn't just about keeping your muscles strong or your joints flexible. It's about boosting circulation, improving immunity, and keeping inflammation low. And all of these are directly tied to your cancer risk. That's why one of the best habits you can build after 60 is going for a short walk every day, especially in natural sunlight. You don't need to run marathons. Just 25 to 30 minutes of walking, even slow walking, can make a big difference. The sunlight helps your body produce vitamin D, which is closely linked to reducing the risk of certain cancers like breast and colon. At the same time, walking gets your blood flowing, helps flush out toxins, and supports digestion and mental clarity. There's something magical about early morning light. It's soft, gentle, and grounding. And that time outdoors, even if it's just around your neighborhood or down the driveway and back, resets your internal clock, lifts your mood, and energizes you for the day ahead. And here's a little tip that makes walking even more powerful. Bring a friend, or a pet, or music that soothes you. Walking doesn't have to feel like exercise. It can feel like freedom, a chance to breathe deeper, stretch out, and reconnect with your own body in a way that feels kind, not punishing. When you combine these habits, nourishing greens, protective drinks, and joyful movement, you're doing more than just trying to be healthy. You're telling your body, I care about you. I'm not giving up. Not now. Not ever. Now, while a daily walk and a plate of leafy greens are incredible starts, there's another piece of the puzzle that's often overlooked, and that's what you're feeding your gut. You see, your gut isn't just where digestion happens, it's home to trillions of bacteria. And these tiny organisms play a huge role in your immune system, inflammation levels, and yes, even your risk of cancer. After 60, your gut changes. The balance of good and bad bacteria starts to shift. You might notice it through more frequent bloating, changes in digestion, or feeling sluggish after meals. But what's happening deep inside your digestive system matters far beyond discomfort. An unhealthy gut can contribute to inflammation, and long-term inflammation is a breeding ground for many chronic diseases, including cancer. So how do we keep our gut in good shape? One of the simplest ways is by including a fermented food in your day. Just one. That could be a small serving of plain yogurt with live cultures, a spoonful of sauerkraut or kimchi, or even a glass of kefir. These foods are rich in probiotics, the good bacteria that help balance your microbiome and support your immune system. Imagine your gut as a garden. If you feed it the right things, you grow flowers. If you neglect it, weeds take over. Probiotic-rich foods act like gentle gardeners, restoring balance, clearing out the bad, and encouraging the good. You don't need to eat a whole jar of pickles or chug kombucha every day. Just a few spoonfuls with your lunch or dinner is a powerful step in the right direction. And if you're someone who's lactose intolerant or not a fan of fermented flavors, don't worry. You can also help your gut by feeding it fiber, especially from colorful fruits and vegetables. Fiber acts like food for your good bacteria, helping them thrive and keep harmful microbes in check. That's why even a simple apple or a handful of berries can make a difference. It's not just about digestion, it's about creating an internal environment where cancer cells struggle to survive. Now, let's shift gears a little, because while what you eat and how you move your body are both crucial, there's another area that often gets forgotten, especially as we get older, and that's stress, or more specifically, how we manage it. You might not think of stress as a cancer risk factor, but chronic long-term stress can lower your immune defenses, disrupt hormones, increase inflammation, and even impact how your cells grow and repair. In other words, stress creates the perfect storm inside your body, one that can open the door for disease if left unchecked. And here's something important. Just because you're retired or no longer working full-time doesn't mean your life is stress-free. In fact, for many people over 60, stress comes from new places: health worries, caregiving responsibilities, loneliness, or the loss of routine and purpose. That's why building a daily habit of relaxation is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And I'm not talking about lying on the couch watching TV, although there's nothing wrong with that in moderation. I mean intentional, restorative relaxation, the kind that tells your nervous system, it's okay, you're safe, let go. It could be 5 minutes of slow breathing first thing in the morning. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeat that a few times while placing one hand over your chest and the other over your belly. Feel your body settle, your heart slow, your thoughts soften. Or maybe for you, it's gentle stretching with soft music in the background. Or sitting in your favorite chair by the window, eyes closed, sunlight warming your face. Or writing down your thoughts in a notebook before bed so they don't swirl in your mind all night. These small acts of care aren't just comforting, they are powerful protectors. Science shows that regular stress reduction can lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, and improve the functioning of immune cells. Think of it like reinforcing your body's shield from the inside out. And here's something else that might surprise you. Studies have found that people who regularly engage in relaxation practices, whether it's meditation, deep breathing, or simply sitting quietly with intention, show changes in gene expression that may help protect against diseases like cancer. Your thoughts and your breath have that much power. Isn't that incredible? Now, before we move on, let's pause here for just a second, because maybe you're thinking, this all sounds great, but I've never done this stuff before. I'm not into yoga or green smoothies or deep breathing exercises. I've lived my whole life a certain way. Can I really change now? And the answer is absolutely. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to overhaul your whole life overnight. You just need to take one small, kind step each day. A serving of greens, a slow walk in the sun, a deep breath before breakfast. That's it. The body, even an aging one, responds beautifully to love and attention. It wants to heal. It wants to feel good. And when you give it even the smallest nudge in the right direction, it responds. You're not too old. It's not too late. And you don't have to do it alone. You're here watching this, and that means something inside you is ready to take back control, ready to protect the years you still have and make them the best they can be. So now that we've nourished the body with food, moved it with gentle care, and calmed it with breath and presence, there's one final daily habit that often gets overlooked. And yet it may be one of the most protective of all. That's the habit of connection. Not just talking to people, I mean truly connecting, heart to heart, mind to mind, feeling seen, feeling heard, feeling like you matter. Because isolation, especially after 60, doesn't just feel lonely, it's dangerous. In fact, chronic loneliness has been shown to increase the risk of inflammation, lower immunity, and even raise your chances of developing certain cancers. And I know connection can feel harder as we age. Friends move, family gets busy, health changes, life slows down. But here's the thing, connection doesn't have to mean a packed social calendar or being the life of the party. It can be as simple as calling someone you love just to hear their voice, taking a walk with a neighbor, joining a local class or a small community group, whether it's a book club, a walking club, or even a virtual one online. And if you're someone who prefers solitude, that's okay too. But even then, try to build in little moments of warmth, a smile to the cashier, a kind note to a friend, a few words exchanged with someone on your morning walk. Human beings are wired for connection, and even tiny acts of it send signals to the brain that say, I belong, I'm safe, I'm part of something. It may sound simple, but this habit of reaching out, even just once a day, is a powerful medicine. Studies show that people who maintain strong social ties tend to live longer and healthier lives. Their immune systems are stronger, their inflammation is lower, and their mental health is more stable. In short, connection heals. So imagine for a moment just how your day could look. You wake up, breathe in slowly, stretch gently, and sip your green tea while the light spills through the window. You prepare a colorful breakfast with a few berries or greens. Later, you walk through your neighborhood, pausing to wave to someone who's become familiar. Maybe that day you call your sister, or your daughter, or an old friend. Maybe that evening you stir a spoonful of turmeric into warm milk, write a few words in your journal, and go to bed with a peaceful heart. That's not a dream. That's a doable, beautiful life. And every one of those simple moments is helping you lower your cancer risk, lift your energy, and protect your precious independence. And maybe most importantly, each of these habits tells your body and your soul that you haven't given up on yourself, that even though the world may be rushing past, and even though your younger years are behind you, you are still here, still strong, and still full of life to live. There's something deeply powerful about aging with intention, about saying, I may be older, but I'm still growing, I'm still learning, and I still have a say in how I feel every single day. So let's take a moment to remember what we've discovered together, that healing doesn't have to be hard, that prevention isn't about punishment, it's about empowerment. You don't need extreme diets, endless pills, or hours at the gym. You just need daily habits that nourish your body, move it gently, quiet your mind, feed your gut, and keep your heart open. Because health after 60 isn't about perfection, it's about protection. It's about giving your body what it needs to do what it does best: repair, restore, and renew. And if all of this feels like a lot, just start with one small habit. Maybe today you take that 5-minute walk, or add those dark greens to your dinner, or pause to breathe deeply before your day begins. That's where it starts. Small steps taken daily build something unshakable over time. And remember, your future self is watching. She's walking with more energy, laughing with friends, playing with grandkids, traveling, creating, savoring. And she's thanking you for what you chose to do today. You're not just living longer, you're living better. If any part of this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear it. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. Maybe you already do some of these habits, or maybe you're ready to begin today. If this message helped you, it will help someone else too. So please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend or loved one. And if you'd like more warm, practical guidance for living well after 60, don't forget to subscribe. We've got more inspiring, easy to follow content coming your way. Here's to strong bodies, peaceful minds, and joyful hearts at every age. Take care of yourself. You're worth it.